Hi everybody, welcome back to My Intelligence. Today we're doing a land the job video with Matt. You guys should probably know him from his day in the life video. If you don't, go make sure to check out that video. But for now, can we do a little bit of an intro with you, Matt, and just run us through what your position was?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Matt Joyce. I'm a third year Queen's Commerce student, and I'm also a triathlete as a fun fact. To go over my last position this summer, I was an investment banking intern with Sanford Advisors, which is a boutique tech M&A firm based out of Ottawa. They've recently been named the Middle Market Deal Advisor of the Year by Finance Monthly magazine. So they're doing well, and it was a great experience overall.
Awesome, that sounds great. So can we start off with maybe you telling us a bit about the application process and as well as when you did apply, if you remember the month?
So this timeline was more, I'd say, it wasn't so much accelerated, which was fortunate. And I'd say my process was a little different than maybe others. I had a chance to interact with some folks at the firm during an on-campus industry night. So they had one of the booths, had chatted with their CEO actually, and he was impressed with what I had to say, encouraged me to forward along my resume, and got into the process kind of through that. There was also an application open on the Quest portal, which was an internal, the Queen's internal one. I don't think they had any formal job posting on their website, but those were kind of the two avenues with which to apply.
So did you start in the summer to apply for the position, or was it a winter recruitment?
So this was a September recruitment. So pretty much this time last year.
Can you tell us a bit about how many interviews there were? So were there several rounds or just one round?
Yeah, so the initial round was with their office manager, Sharon. So it's a small firm. I think there are a total of 5 people now. So she does the initial screening. And then from there, you super day. And I super dayed with everyone. So that was pretty intense. It was all on a Monday. I'd say about 40 minutes to 50 minutes for each interview, one-on-one. And they did it all over the phone, which was great considering I wasn't in Ottawa, but I think it's more of a case-by-case basis, whether they do it in person or remotely.
Awesome. And could you go through the behavioral section of the interview and what some questions looked like?
I think they were quite general from the standpoint of tell me about yourself, why investment banking, why are you interested in Sanford Advisors? To pull one from more the super day, can you tell me about a time where you showed initiative? What's your proudest accomplishment? Just off the top of my head, those would be the key ones. I think they also discussed your appetite for, okay, why do you want to be at a boutique like Sanford versus maybe a Canadian bulge bracket? So yeah.
And in your day in life video, I think you mentioned that Sanford was more of a tech-focused company.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ask you any questions relating to tech or maybe just your interest in tech, just kind of why you chose a tech boutique?
Yeah, interestingly, not so much, I'm going to say. I think it was more about, they were more focused on the why are you interested in investment banking. And I think considering I was in second year as well, they knew maybe I didn't have as much exposure as to what industry group I wanted to go into. So my parents, one of them has been in tech for a bit as well as on the sales side of things. So definitely had an interest there. And I think the only other time it really came up was from a technical standpoint, where they asked what are the valuation multiples that are used when evaluating tech companies. So.
Awesome. And going off of that, let's get to the technical side. How intense was it, and what questions did they throw your way?
It was pretty heavy on the technical side, but less so it was more have a really good understanding of your basic and anticipated questions. So the breaking into Wall Street guides are a great example of that. Like they weren't expecting me to understand the full like goodwill M&A calculation. So it was a lot of accounting. They really wanted to know your accounting understanding. So I think like walk me through $10 depreciation to some more complex multi-scenario stuff as well. I think it was their analyst that actually gave me the hardest interview of them with, okay, walk me through like all 4 of the valuation methodologies. So
Okay.
there was a variety in there, but overall I'd say definitely something you can prepare for.
Cool. So can you tell us how you did prepare for them?
I guess the timeline was interesting. I wasn't on a finance club until just before I did the Stanford internship, the Stanford Super Day. So from that standpoint, most of my prep work was actually with breaking the Wall Street stuff. I went over the Rosenbaum investment banking guide that summer. So almost read that front to cover just to have an understanding. There was also the Queen's Investment Banking Prep Program. And that was good on a sales pitch when I was talking to their CEO, because he said, oh, so you wouldn't have done any advanced accounting courses. And I was like, no, but had the chance to go over that. So those would be the 2 main ones. And right before the interview, I went over the Views accounting guide.
Awesome. And finally, Matt, any tips for students interviewing for your position this summer?
I'd say, I think other than prepare well, do your research. So read up about Stanford, what they're about, and we'll try to network. Just going in with 1 or 2 folks at the firm, just to have a greater understanding of what they do. I think that will all help and go a long way. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today and telling us about how you landed the job and also about what the work was that you actually did. So thank you so much and hope you have a great day.
Thanks for having me.